Hi there, Joka here from A Pocket Full of Happiness, and in this video I'm going to show you a few new products that are available in the shop today and also a few old ones. The first one is the geostars background, then there is the elegant deer, and the geostars background is, it was designed for a 5x7 inch card base, but it will not cover the whole card base. That's the nature of this pattern. So I die cut it first from white cardstock and I layer it up for some extra dimension. So the video is going to be a little bit maybe confusing because I'm going to be preparing the backgrounds first. So I'm going to be jumping from one project to the other, but I hope you can follow it. I certainly was confused when I was editing it. I don't know what I was thinking. So first one. Then I will also put together the deer, one of the deers, because I will create two, but both of them are the same, just different colorways. So you can add some little details from different colors because you know that I like colorful things. You can create them as simple as you want or as decorated as you want. I wanted to have some folklore type of elements. That's why I have those little leaves and flowers. And yeah, those are always good. So I'm moving on to the second one. Maybe I'm just gonna always mention that I'm on to a new background. Here I'm adding the white die cut onto a green background first, and then I am going to die cut this from a darker green here, and I will add those pieces back. This is actually quite fast. It doesn't take long at all, but I know there are the techniques that you can use to make this quicker. I enjoy this process. I can't help it. I'm old school. I like to take my time. So, but again, it doesn't take much time anyway. So I did not go colorful on this one. I'm just using one color to fill up the whole thing. And then I cut this out here and moved on to the next background for some reason. On this one, I am going to use one of the backgrounds. I'm going to focus on the stars, and I'm going to die cut them from all the colors that I have here. So the ivory color, then the two different pinks, and then the greens. And then I'm just going to create some pattern with them. Actually, I did not want to throw away that dark green background. Remember, I created the second card, sorry, the one before this one. I used the other shapes from the green background, and then I'm arranging and rearranging the colors here until I finally settle on the design, on what I like. And so I'm making sure that I have all the 5 colors I had in these projects. And then once I glue these all down, I will also die cut the background again once more from white cardstock. I wanted to add an extra layer on top, and I was not so sure about this green background. So, but I did not want to have a full white here. So what I'm trying to do is I'm going to offset it a little bit so that there's a little bit of that dark green peeking through. I hope you will be able to see that in the close-ups, what I mean. it's just a slight color popping through there, like it has a shadow or something. And then coming back to my card that I already created, or the card base that I already created, and now I'm going to finish it. Again, a second layer of the background to add dimension, and you can add as many layers as you like, one or multiple. It looks really good when it's really dimensional. And now I have the same deer as before, same, I'm doing the same thing. I'm just adding some foam tape so that it stands out a little bit more. And then here I'm going to actually finish that deer, and by that I mean that you will see me add the little flowers. I did not do that before because I'm only doing that on the card base, because I want to tuck some of the flowers behind the antler, and so that there are some things that you can only do on the background. And in fact, I'm gonna move on to the other card because you can see it better here. The background is not busy. For this one, I'm using the Pierce Christmas background die and then the dark green cardstock. And because it pops out better, you will see better what I'm doing. So that was the reason. And for my sentiment, I'm using the Something Christmassy die set from last year, and I'm actually not using the intricate layer on this, just the backing layer basically, but you can still read what it says, so I thought I'd keep it simple. And I layered those up. There was the red layer and some white layers glued together so that it's dimensional, like a chipboard. And here I'm trying to figure out how I want to arrange my flowers. I wanted as many flowers as possible, but I still wanted the antler to be visible. And then I'm going to use a few foam tapes as well, just to create a bit of a variation in depth. So yeah, that's the reason. And then I'm also going to add some of the flowers behind the antler. Again, just so that I can add as many as possible. And right, so that card is done. And then I'm moving back to this one. I decided to add my deer to this card instead of what I originally wanted, because it looked too busy. It just didn't stand out. So I added some stars for color in the background, and I'm going to do the same thing with my deer as on the previous card. And now for the sentiment, in this case I'm using the Alpha 1 die set again. This is also available, it's from a previous release, and I created these dimensional letters as before, and I'm actually using my T ruler to help me guide with the placement. I generally, you know what I noticed, I generally eyeball things like this, but I think that background, the geostar background, confused my eyes. I just couldn't tell what is straight and what is not. So I decided to use my ruler. So again, I'm going about the flowers the same way as I did on the previous card. I'm using liquid glue with some and foam tape with others to create a little bit more interest, I guess you could say. And for this, I used 3 colors for the flowers. Again, just so that it's not so boring, I guess. And once this is done, I am basically ready with this card. And I had some flowers left, so I was thinking I was wondering how I could use it, and so I just placed them onto the ends of those branches. So this background, I had a bit of a headache with this one. I did not know how to finish it, but then I die cut the Joy from the Gingerbread Joy set that is also new, and I just used the same colors that I used on the other cards to create a colorful sentiment that still stands out from that busy background. And it still was so simple. I decided to add some red enamel dots. These are also available in the shop. I will not be able to tell you which color this is. I think it's called Calm Red. I think the chili red is darker, which used to be my favorite, but now there's so many reds. But I think this one is the Calm Red. Okay, so then the last card, super simple. I just added a red ho 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 sentiment and nothing else. And then all these cards are done. I hope I could give you some inspiration with these new die sets. I hope you like them. Any questions, you can always drop me a message, email, or Instagram, or here on YouTube. I am trying to answer everything. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.